What's going on, everybody, on this special Saturday night edition of the Pedro and Hannibal podcast? My name is Hannibal. I'm very sad, and I'm with my good friend Pedro. That's gonna probably make it worse.
Tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad.
Well, I think if they all, I'm sure you watched this show and you probably watch football. You
Yeah,
been checking out the playoffs today. Chiefs won. Not that wasn't to be expected. Jags put up a good fight, but it
yeah.
was really the most important game of the day was the Giants versus Eagles, and it's 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and it's 7-31. So you know what? Listen, that ass took quite a pounding.
Dude, that was rough to watch, man.
it
Yeah,
was it was like the Giants were not even in the same class as the Eagles. Looks like the Eagles is going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if the Eagles are going to lose to the 49ers or the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see. But Eagles look like they're ready to go all the way.
yeah.
So hopefully you guys could be nice to me if you guys can read the comments. I mean, you know what? I'll take it. Whatever you guys want to say, it's totally fine with me.
I
Pedro,
mean, listen, your team made it way farther than my team. So overall, I mean, if you can go back in time at the beginning of the year, would you say this season was better than you expected, a success, or would you still say that it wasn't?
no, this was a successful, unexpected season. The Giants overachieved. Do I think Daniel Jones kind of became the quarterback of the Giants.
Mm,
Many fans were not too sold on him in the New York City area, but I think the playoff win, his whole season, like he kept an even keel. He didn't embarrass himself like Zach Wilson or the New York Jets, who basically just got pushed out of New York. I mean, I know he's still on the team, but he's going to get whatever. He didn't have a good attitude, and he actually played terribly. So Daniel Jones seems like he can handle the New York media, the scrutiny, him embarrassing himself sometimes, tripping over uh sometimes air. He tripped over his lineman earlier. So
yeah,
there's still some things to be stuff to learn, but they have the great coach. They believe in him. They believe in the coach. We'll see what happens with Saquon in terms of contract stuff. Are they going to franchise him? Are they going to work on a deal? Quarterback deals. I kind of know. I think Daniel Jones is due to have a deal. Going to have to pay
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Saquon was a big reason why
So do
Daniel
you
Jones
pay
is well.
Daniel Jones or do you pay Saquon Barkley?
You got to pay the quarterback first. I think that's
Yeah,
just how it is.
yeah.
Um, you know, Running backs get shafted in the NFL, and sometimes it's for good reason because they don't last very long.
The shelf life they get hurt more so often, but the shelf life is like a couple years for most running backs. Now the top guys, they might be in their prime 4 or 5 years, but even then, that's kind of rare actually.
Mm,
So
yeah,
it's tough, and you can get a decent running back usually in the draft, sometimes even the late rounds. So
yeah,
the keep your salary cap good. But Saquon's one of the top guys, so they're gonna be in a tough spot. But you're gonna have to franchise tag them, I think.
yeah. Because I'm wondering, he's gonna want top dollar. That's obvious. That's what you want to do as a running back or anyone in the NFL. You want to play for top dollar, but is it worth the amount of money? Does he want 15 a year? Probably. The running rate for running backs, but we'll see. I'm a little. I wish it was a tighter game. I mean, damn, from the word jump,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the Eagles started beating up the Giants.
Yeah.
First, I think they scored on the first drive.
Yeah, they did.
Then Giants, doing the Giants thing, muddling through. But that first 4th and 8, it was like
Fourth and 8. Yeah.
I was like, I was surprised. I'm looking at 4th and 8. You better have some kind of miracle play where some smoke screen trickery is happening because 4-8. Who goes 4-8? I don't
Not
think.
not and not that not the beginning of the game, and not from that field position. That's a bad. If it's fourth and
Wait.
one, 4th and 2, yeah, maybe, but 8 yards. Philly's got a really good defense, good pass rush, most sacks in NFL. Horrible decision, I think, in my part. I think
Yeah,
they're doing too much.
I feel like they wanted to, because I think the Eagles, hit them in the mouth real early and they're a little bit too aggressive. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, it's easy to say that, but hindsight, but 4-8, 4th and 8. I don't. Belichick don't take. I mean, Belichick takes all types of fourth down play. I never see him take a 4th and 8, even
Well,
with Tom Brady.
a lot of teams now are doing that, right? But usually it's, are you at the 50-yard line, or you know what I'm saying, 40-yard line, like somewhere to where
Yeah.
you feel like whatever, let's go for it. And it's usually not that much yardage that early in the game when you're not significantly behind yet. You know, it's not like it's
Right.
late in the third quarter, you're down 2-3 touchdowns. That wasn't the situation. So, and that gave the Eagles a lot of momentum. They got some points right after that.
Right after
14-0, 21-0. Then it's like, okay, here we
sacked,
go.
and then you sacked. You know, like you threw it. Okay, you get sacked. It's like, all right. So not a great start. So, yeah, to be honest, yeah, sometime by the second quarter, I was like, yeah, game is over. Getting some texts, seeing some stuff on social media. I'm like, yeah, this is about over. I think the Jags and Chiefs game was a little bit more interesting. Like there was, you know,
that was a lot.
I mean, that interception towards, I think it was in the fourth quarter, kind of sealed the fate from the Jags, but they got a great future. I think the Giants got a great future. I think, you know, they got to get people to pass the ball to. He got to throw the ball to somebody that's a threat somewhere, Daniel Jones. So it's fine. It's fine. I think when you see them win against the Vikings, you think, oh, they're going to, you know, a lot of analysts too, they're like, you know what, this Eagles game is going to be close. No. And even the season, it wasn't close.
Typically, your number one seeds, you know, that had a bye, more rested, more prepared. They're at home. Those number one seeds don't lose often. They just don't. In this latest round of how the wild card is, they just don't. I don't know what the statistics are, right? But I bet they just don't lose often. It's very, very rare, right?
Yeah.
And I thought the Giants would play a little bit better. I think it's hard typically to beat a team 3 times in 1 year, like Philly just has, right?
Yeah.
It's a tough thing to do, and I thought the Giants would be a little more prepared. But I think the Eagles just, you know, Jalen Hurts, man.
They were ready.
He's a competitive dude. I think he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder still. They got a good team. They run the ball. Multiple guys that can run the ball, including the quarterback, and they did that. They showed that tonight. And when you can run the ball, control the time of possession, they don't turn over the ball. Jalen Hurts does not turn over the ball a lot like somebody like Josh Allen does, right? Josh Allen runs a lot and but he turns it over a lot. So the Philly, they're going to be tough. I think they're going to wind up playing the 49ers. That's going to be some smash mouth football. So I think.
Oh, so you don't got the Cowboys. You don't think the Cowboys are going to win?
No, I think the 49ers are going to win. Yeah.
All right, so I think I have one parlay still working right now. I'm trying to get some you know, some dogs to win. I mean, right now the 2 favorites won earlier today.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Sunday's game with the Bengals and the Buffalo. That can go either way.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are still down on the Cowboys. I'm thinking, you know, this Brock Purdy guy, I mean, eventually he may have a bad game. He's
Dallas
a
has a really good defense. He hasn't faced a defense as good as Dallas's. And,
so
that's a good point.
I'm going by getting some dogs in because that's when you get the most money by trying to bet on what most people don't think they're going to win. So we'll see. What's your prediction for those last 2 games?
The Buffalo Bills-Bengals game, it's a coin flip. I mean, I think the Bengals have enough offense and enough weapons and good enough quarterback to beat Buffalo in Buffalo. Josh Allen didn't look as great last week. So, you know, if I had to put money on it, I would bet on Buffalo only because they're at home. But for me, that's a 50-50, right? And I think the 49ers are going to win by, you know, I think it'll be kind of close, but I can see them winning by 10 points or so, 7-10 points. I think it'll be a good fight. I think the Dallas will be in it in the fourth quarter, but I think the 49ers got a really good defense. I don't really trust Dak Prescott that much. You know,
who does?
You don't know what you're going to get with Purdy. I think he's kind of riding a wave right now. That defense is good. He's got Christian McCaffrey to hand the ball and throw the ball too. He's got playmakers all around him. I think the 49ers, and they're at home. I think that in the playoffs, I think that can help with certain things. So I think the 49ers will play the Eagles, and I guess would say the Bills will play the Chiefs. So I think that's pretty much the top teams on each conference. So
yeah, for me, I'm going with the Bengals, and I do have some bets on for Cowboys, but I mean 49ers probably should win. So it should be Bengals and the 49ers, but it should be good games. I'm just really disappointed with the Giants. Like, could have made it. I mean, it's final. The Giants 7, Eagles 38. Not even such an ass pounding. Like that ass was weared out from jump. from the minute go, they got punched in the face and they never got back up.
But again, playoff game 38-7. That's not good.
What is this? What is this, like the Super Bowl in the 80s where it was like the Bears beat the team by like 50 points?
Yeah,
like, why are we watching this?
That's I didn't expect that, but I think the Eagles control the ball. They when you run the ball like that, I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah. It's tough to beat a team if we look at the box score, I bet they had, it's well over 200 yards rushing. I mean, that's a lot of rushing yards, man. And they did it with like 4 or 5 different guys. So it's a lot to kind of take in. And the worst thing is you're not familiar with this, Pedro, because you don't live in New York. So a lot of Jets fans are on at least on my feed, because friends with some Jets fans. Oh, they loving it, making the jokes. Misery loves company, right? Like, I hate the Giants. Like, yeah, the Jets suck. But then we would go back and forth arguing. People want to see other teams take it in the keister when their team is not playing. Oh, sure. You almost take like it's like it makes you feel better. You know what I mean?
It should not. Misery does not make people feel better. Zach Wilson is so bad. The Jets, yes, they need a quarterback, because I think everything else was they had some decent receivers. I think Zach Wilson was just terrible.
No, they got playmakers and they're really young, really good defense. But yeah, the quarterback play, you got to have a quarterback
to be functional, right?
Yeah.
I mean, both of their top receivers are requesting trades. You know what I mean? Like, they did not want to be there anymore. They're blaming the OC. So I don't think it's OC's fault. The guy can't play. I mean, Zach Wilson can't play.
Yeah.
At least as a starter. I mean, assume it's a
Well, they like the Mike White guy. Like, he came in, had a couple good games. He's liked in that locker room, but then he got hurt. And Mike White's not, if he was that guy, he would have had the starting job from day one.
Right? Yeah, he had opportunities. He had one last year. He has one good game when he'll throw for 5,000 yards. Mm-hmm. But then the next game he got hurt next game, but he's not the guy. So yeah, a lot of Jets fans really happy. F them. What the Jets are gonna do? Like, when Jets won a Super Bowl? Like, what, with the Joe Namath guy? Like, forget that guy.
No, that's right. That was the last time they were in a Super Bowl. I think that was like Super Bowl 4 or something like that. It was you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And, I like both New York teams, but I wouldn't shit on one team because my team is out. But I understand that's New York. We don't like each other. It's totally fine. But I appreciate you guys for coming through. I know it's good amount of us you guys watching right now. Now, I know you guys checked out the title of this, and I know everyone's talking about this Shannon Sharp thing.
I know.
And the first thing that I thought, and that's why I put the title.
Yeah.
I looked at the picture. I'm like, what's up with that guy's card? Like, why is he? What's going on with that?
Yeah,
that choice of garment. And now we're not fashion, clearly, but you're looking at us.
No, look, I have a T-shirt on that says "boy" on it. We were not fashionistas, okay?
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, like, Shannon Sharp for the most part dresses really well. But that's the first thing, and I probably the last. Most people do not think about, like, what's up with that cardigan? Let me show you. I think I have the picture up.
While you bring the picture up, I saw some info on that. I saw like a little TikTok. That cardigan is it's like one of those fancy, fashionista, which is actually women. Anyway, it's one of those high fashion cardigans.
Yeah.
It's over $3,000 cardigan he's wearing. And if you see the model that was modeling that cardigan that I saw, was like a much smaller man, like my size, and it's supposed to be like an oversized cardigan. But look at him; he wears it like a regular because he's a fucking.
He's a beast. He weighs of a
300
man.
pounds. Yeah, so. But it's a sharp. I mean, I like cardigans. I think it looks good on him.
I'm a cardigan guy. Wait. You think this looks good on him?
I do. Yeah, I do. What do you mean? You don't think it looks?
Are you serious?
Yeah, it looks.
He looks silly. Absolutely silly.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now, because this little thing that we're watching, it's a meme. It's gonna become a meme. It's already a meme.
Oh yeah.
The look, like that cardigan, you're gonna see that on other celebrities and something similar. I'm saying it right now. So when we do our podcast on Monday and Wednesday, we'll look into it. This is going to be, you're going to see NBA guys, NFL guys wearing this similar or the exact cardigan in the next upcoming weeks.
The color is off. Not the cardigan. I'm a cardigan guy. Like, I have some.
You don't like the blues?
Not on him. Not the no. And the knitting, maybe the style as well. The knitting looks kind of weird. It looks off. He should have took it off when he started to fight. Like when he was ready to go down, like he started arguing. Take that. Like he was, he got the white tee underneath. He was, he's a beast. It looked kind of. He's so LA now. He is so LA.
So LA.
He's from Georgia. Ain't no Georgia.
He's a country boy. He's a country
ain't no country boys with a baby blue. I don't know all those colors. I see some navy in there, some baby blue.
Look at him though. Look at him. He's got the little chain, big. Look, his chest is popping out of his undershirt. I mean, that's Uncle Shay, man.
Yes, he's Hollywood now, and
he looks like the uncle that comes to the cookout or the family function. You ain't seen in a while. He got a little bit of money. He made something of himself and he's showing out. That to me, that is Shannon Sharpe. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that.
And nothing wrong with that. Is the color went off. I don't know. Be honest, I don't know what color it would have looked good on him. It just when you're too brolic, there's certain types of garments you can't really wear. And us, skinny fat guys, we can do a little bit more. Or at least I am a skinny fat guy. I don't think you're a skinny fat guy. I think you're a skinny guy. I don't know. Like, would you wear that?
I think that looking at that, the fabrics are probably too much to look good on me. I wear cardigans. I do have some, but like they're thinner. The material, that looks
yes, exactly.
It looks heavy. It looks too heavy for me, but I think it looks good on him because of how big he is. But hey, I want to give a couple. I want to shout out Grinding with Levi, fellow Giants fan.
Yes, Brian Levi. I think he had a positive comment. I totally passed.
He did. You guys had a great year, man. You guys had a really good year.
He's a heads up, Hannibal. Our future is bright. We overperform. 95% of people. Shout out to Levi from the beginning, because we started this in the beginning of the season. Levi was all in. He's like, the Giants are good. And Pedro cursed at him, called him names, and said Saquon Barkley is not a top court running back. He's trash. He's garbage. Giants.
Stop! I never said he was trash and garbage.
my Bears is going to go 10-0. Like he was saying a lot. He was spitting a lot of shit, and then we see what happens. The Bears were 3 and 20 something.
Hannibal, do you feel better now?
A little bit. Okay. A little bit. A little bit. So, do you want to recap what happened to Shannon Sharpe? And like, you can do that if you want. I got some videos of the interactions. And whatnot,
and want to give a shout out to Kelly. She says first time catching the live. Kelly, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate you coming through on a Saturday night.
We're good friends from separate parts of the world, but we do a show twice a week. Saturdays isn't the usual one for us, but I appreciate you enjoying the show. So thank you for being here.
So this situation is outrageous, and I have a lot of thoughts on this. But
I want to hear your thoughts because I think I might know where you're going to go because we talked about Shannon Sharpe last week or so, right? About him and the other guy, the Skip whatever,
Mr. Skip Bayless. Okay, so let me see. All right, so the LA Lakers played the Memphis Grizzlies last night. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And it was a contentious game. And I think that's where the start of it all. Like you really put everything else.
And Memphis talks a lot of shit. They are young. They talk a lot without any hardware, which is we can get to that at some point because they talk a lot.
That's a good point.
They have no hardware. They don't have any MVP players on their team. Nobody's won even like Rookie of the Year, like nothing.
John Morant is a superstar. I'll say that. He's not. He's a superstar.
That's a superstar. That's it. They got nobody else on that team that should be able to say anything. That's my opinion, but go ahead.
All right, got you. And I know that you like the Lakers. You're a Lakers guy.
I do, but I like Ja too. I like Memphis. I like it, but you have to, in my opinion, if you're gonna run your mouth as much as they do, you gotta have something. You gotta at least went to the finals last year. Ja's got to have an MVP under his belt. You got to have an Olympic gold medal, an NCAA title, something. They have nothing. Nobody on that team has anything. So for them to be so like they haven't gotten to a Western Conference Finals. So it doesn't make a lot of sense that they talk.
I'm gonna try to pronounce this requiescence. If hopefully I pronounced that right. He said, "Look up the Cheyenne's Wyoming colors. Those colors are country as F." Maybe I'm not a country dude, so I couldn't tell. It just when you're really big and muscular, you don't have to put on much of anything. Anything looks good. Yeah. But when you get a little bit too fancy, and again, he's an LA guy now, so he could throw on a $3,000 cardigan like nothing, and about to beat up the entire Memphis Grizzlies team, except Steven Adams.
Oh, Steven Adams will take it.
He was ready. He was
that
ready.
would be a fight. That's like a silverback versus a lion or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, Steven Adams represents 90s enforcer. Like I think Steven Adams would have been in the 90s and held his own with, with the rest of them, right?
Big man.
Charles Oakley, those guys who were just, Davis brothers and, but okay, so Shannon Sharpe has courtside seats. He's very animated during the game. I didn't understand I didn't catch the entire game. Was LeBron talking stuff first? Because I know Dylan Brooks was guarding him, and Dylan Brooks was probably talking a lot of trash, probably pushing him around, talking a little bit too much, and LeBron was getting really angry. So was this before the fight? The
only thing that I heard was Shannon Sharpe was telling Dylan Brooks, obviously Dylan and LeBron are probably saying things as the game goes along.
So I'm thinking LeBron thing happened
Shannon
first.
Sharpe, from what I understand, tells Dylan Brooks, "You can't guard LeBron. You can't guard LeBron. You're
too small."
Talking to Dylan, and Dylan Brooks says, "Shut the f up."
Yeah, that fuck you.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Fuck you or whatever. Yeah.
Then Shannon
Sharpe's like, "What?" And so he claps back, and then the Memphis Grizzlies teammates have Dylan Brooks back, as they should.
Yeah,
good teammates should do that. So Ja says something, and then Ja's dad, T. Morant, comes over, and him and Shannon have a thing, and then they, seems like they're good at the end.
Yeah,
but I think it's just one guy says something, Shannon Sharpe's not going to back down,
right?
And I think that's what happened.
So let me show you what LeBron was dealing with. So this probably happened before it all went down.
Shoot some free throws, only of the night.
When Ja was drafted, some were saying, "Oh, well, that's the consolation after Zion." But I'll tell you what,
revisit that draft. The referees are now telling. They're just scoring at will right now. They're shooting 56% overall.
LeBron, bring it right back with authority.
I like angry LeBron. I like angry LeBron.
I like angry. I'll tell you this. If LeBron played a little more angry, I think he'd have another 1 or 2 rings, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like angry LeBron. Like
LeBron's got hardware. He can say whatever he wants.
And I think maybe the Grizzlies were getting under his skin a little bit, because usually he stays like, people be trying to beat up, like people be trying to get at LeBron, and LeBron usually just kind of takes it in stride. He doesn't do like a Rodman thing or Draymond, where they can't handle their emotions at times. LeBron really gets that mad. At least I've seen on the court. So I think this may have happened during the situation. So I'm going to show the argument where I think Shannon, if you guys watch him, Hall of Fame tight end, all he did was talk trash when he played. Tons of trash. So he still has that, and he's a fan now. He's at courtside seats. He got the baby blue cardigan on. He's going to talk shit. Hey, Dylan Brooks, you too small. He is too small. They had a double LeBron all night. You too small. And then we'll see. It's like 41 seconds. Let me show you right now.
At the Crypto.com arena, Dylan Brooks was having words with Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Famer and broadcast. And you see Steven Adams comes over to protect his guy along with the supporting cast, and then Shannon Sharpe still talking, and T. Morant, John Morant's dad, comes over. Had an opportunity to talk to T. Morant, and he said, my blood pressure didn't go up a bit. Nothing but love and respect for Shannon Sharpe. It's a bunch of guys talking a bunch of trash. And just
a bunch of guys talking a bunch of trash.
I mean,
that's the line right there.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's a bunch of people talking trash. So this is what I get. I think I agree with you that the Memphis Grizzlies are a little bit, they following John Morant. I would give it to John Morant. Can talk. He can talk. Why? Dude plays his ass off and dunks on everybody. He's a superstar player.
I give him that 100%. Yeah.
The rest of them shouldn't be talking. So
Dylan Brooks is good. I mean, he's in the NBA, so he's a good player. He's putting up decent numbers. Dylan Brooks is never going to be an all-star. He's never going to win. He's a good role player.
Yeah.
But I mean, these guys are, and I think Shannon Sharpe, let the guys talk on the court. These guys talking on the side, I think Shannon Sharpe escalated it a little bit by standing up, and he's pointing like,
say, come here.
Yeah, I got no problem.
Dylan Brooks didn't come there,
and he didn't. Yeah, so
you know what I mean. Like,
Shannon
why would
Sharpe
you?
Seems like he instigated it a little bit.
I think that So if I had to divide like in terms of who was the most responsible, I believe Shannon Sharpe is responsible. You could have just drawn him back. You didn't have to say come here.
You got to stand up and get on the court.
Yeah, you didn't have to do all that. Because Steven Adams I don't know if Steven Adams walked over. I don't think he went up to try to fight until he saw how aggressive Shannon was. And then he was like, what's your problem? You know what I mean? Like, he was just trying to say, like, yo, what's up? Like, what's happening? But I think, and this is a few issues I have. If Shannon Sharpe was a regular courtside fan, he would have been evacuated. He would have been kicked out.
Excellent point.
And I did. He was able to stay and finish watching the game and enjoyed it because the Lakers won. I don't know if anyone remembers. The Lakers actually pulled it out.
They did.
And how Shannon Sharpe almost causes a fight with multiple NBA players, and he is able to stay.
But he's getting the benefit of being a celebrity. They know who he is because we see other fans do things, right? And they ask, "Hey, get this guy out of here. He's talking whatever." Like that happens, and sometimes they'll get escorted out. Any other regular dude, even if it's somebody that has a lot of money, because if you're sitting in them seats, you got a lot of money, right?
Yes.
You got a lot of paper.
And they could have said, hey, Shannon, you're bugging, but you want to go to the cup? You want to go to some owner's box? We got some seats available. You're Shannon.
They might have offered that. They might have.
May have. It's just, I think if we really care about the safety of what's going on in NBA, where it's unlike any other sport where the fans can literally get on the court if they wanted to, and you allow him to draw and go back and forth and not do anything about it, shows, which we already know, some people get treated better than others, right? Shannon Sharpe is pro LA. He's pro LeBron. He goes on that show, talks about how great LeBron is, talks a lot of crap about Westbrook, which is interesting. I don't know how they have a communication or anything, and apparently he talks a lot of negatively about the Grizzlies. I don't know that. I don't know much about that either. For Dylan Brooks to react that way, maybe Dylan Brooks was just really mad at the moment. Like he got frustrated. Why is he yelling out F you to Shannon Sharpe? Shannon Sharpe could rip you apart. Like what? Yeah. Shannon Sharpe is what, 50 something?
Shannon Sharpe would rip everybody apart. I mean, he is
ripped. He crazy. Is what I'm going to look like when I get that HGH in my blood system. So like you're gonna fight, Shannon Sharpe will destroy you. He's a Hall of Famer. So for Dylan Brooks to call him a pedestrian, like why don't you just say, hey, no comment? Or like there's something about the Memphis Grizzlies that's becoming unlikable to me. I don't know. Like what do you think? I like Ja, I do, but they're just
I'm trying to say which it's like they want to be like the bad boys or something of the league now. They kind of want to be. And it's like, I don't know. It just
but bad boys win championships. Detroit Pistons. Yeah. So, a regular pedestrian like him, no. He should have never came back in the game. But it's L.A. So he's attacking L.A.
He's attacking Shannon. He knows who Shannon Sharpe is.
Everyone knows who Shannon Sharpe is.
Everybody knows. I mean, come on. These guys watch the show he's on. They know he's a Hall of Famer. He's not just an ex-NFL player. He's one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. You know who Shannon Sharpe is, okay?
Yes.
I mean, come on. But I also think Shannon is a big personality, obviously. We've talked about this before on the show. He likes this. You don't mean to, I mean, he's always a well-dressed guy, but you don't show up courtside in a $3,000 cardigan looking like that, standing up, dapping everyone. You want the camera on you. You want the attention. You're there. You love LeBron. He's your little nephew, whatever you call him.
LeBron loves him, right? I saw what he said at the post game, right? He rides with Shannon 100%, blah, blah, blah. But look at the hug.
Sharpe wants this. Yeah, he wants the attention.
LeBron says, I ride with Shannon 365 days a year and 366 on a leap year. That's my guy. All right. I mean, and that's why I don't watch a lot of his Undisputed show, because he is way too pro LeBron, and then like Skip is way too anti LeBron. It just becomes it's unnecessary to watch.
It's like that's what it's like 25% of their show is that, right? Think about it. A great percentage is about LeBron, and one likes and one doesn't.
Yeah, it's LeBron. It's LeBron talk and Dallas Cowboys talk. If you don't care about those two things, don't watch the show, because there's nothing there for you. Yeah, they'll recap some of the other stuff, but it's about LeBron James. So Monday morning, which I won't be watching, Monday morning, they're going to be talking about obviously the Cowboys game, and then what the hell Shannon Sharpe is. And this is what's bothering me about a lot of the sports media. They want to be a part of the story now. Back in the day, they weren't a part. They were just reporting or interpreting what's going on with the athletes, the people we actually want to watch. Now, yes, Shannon Sharpe was an athlete, great one, but he's not anymore. And what are you doing? Trying to putting yourself in the story. You say, well, he said F me. Yeah, that's what I've seen what Kevin Durant said to some fans.
Yeah.
They'll say, shut the fuck up. So like, all right, so you need to step up and try to fight. Like, it just seems a little silly because also it just seems like you are. I read this. I don't know if this is true, that Shannon Sharpe is critical of the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know. Even if that's true, even for Dylan Brooks, why are you saying F you to anybody on the court? Talk like all you do is draw it. I mean, you're in LA. You're in a road game. Why you can't keep yourself together? And I think that's the reason why they lost that game. I think Memphis Grizzlies are a talented team, but like we said before, they're feeling themselves too much.
I think they think yes, you have to, and I think some would say, well, you gotta act like, dress like, and walk like a champion before you're a champion. And I do agree with that line of thinking, that movement, right? And whatever you do, not against that, right? But in the NBA, all the guys are thinking like that, right? So you have to have something to back up your words. You can say whatever you want, trash talking on the court, whether you're playing a playground or in the NBA or high school, you're gonna talk trash. I mean, that's what it is. Kids are doing it nowadays. You go to little games of like 8, 9-year-olds, they're talking trash or making a move and flexing on each other. Like, everybody wants to be on camera, everybody wants to be heard. Like, that's common, right? But like, you gotta know that if you talk the trash, you gotta back it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and they're a good team. I mean, right now they're number 2 in the Western Conference. They're 31-14. They're a good team.
Sure.
They're a very good team, but they haven't even the fact they have a great record. They haven't done anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done enough to like. Yes, you went with the Warriors. You kind of put John Morant was hurt. Maybe if John Morant wasn't hurt, maybe it would have been a whole different situation. But they follow John Morant to they follow his lead, the swagger, the trash talking, and I think someone said, "Don't worry, T Morant and John Morant going to be on Club Shay Shay one, probably because towards the end, I don't know if T was trying. Again, there's a few people that I don't think they were trying to fight, but the problem is when Shannon Sharpe was worked up. Like, yeah, I mean that's a football player.
I think those are just two old heads, two old school guys. Let's just talk. We're good. Let's just hey, I'm talking my piece. I'm talking your.
As much as the attitude of the Grizzlies, I like T Morant. He seems like everyone keeps calling him Usher. He looks like Usher, like a taller Usher.
He does,
but he seems like he gets along with everyone, and he probably did not want to piss off Shannon. It's like, why would you want to, like?
No, I think he's playing a little peacemaker. He's like, hey, what's up, man? Like, I can imagine a conversation. And they're good, but these are two old school guys. Like, T Morant's obviously supporting his son. He's got a daughter that plays in high school that's supposed to be pretty good. Like, he's a father actively in his kids' lives. I mean, he's like at every game. You know what I'm saying? That's not, that's.
I mean, he pushed his son to get where I saw a lot of older videos. He pushed his son.
John Morant in high school wasn't like a highly recruited guy. He went to Murray State. That's not a big top school. Like he had to push his son to get to where he's at.
Yeah, but it's just I feel like we'll see what happens in the playoffs. Again, they're the 2 seed. They're playing very well. Hector, appreciate you coming through. The Grizzlies will win a championship one day, but they gotta do it first. What do you think about their championship? Oh, no. All right, straight out. You don't think the Grizzlies have a chance?
No, I don't. I think there's too many
the
other.
The playoffs start right now. They'll play the Clippers. They'll beat the Clippers, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Kawhi Leonard's healthy and Paul George are both healthy. I could see the Clippers winning that series. Yeah,
because right now it's the Nuggets at 1, Memphis 2, Kings 3. I'm not watching NBA clearly because I did 3. The hell is going on in the NBA? 4 Pelicans, 5 Mavericks, 6 Timberwolves, Clippers, and then the Warriors at 8.
Yeah, I still have the Mavericks coming out of the West. That was my prediction at the beginning of the year.
I'm sorry, Pedro. That's not. If the Grizzlies ain't making it, the Mavericks not going to make it because Luka is going to wear out eventually. The guy can't drop 50 every game and then make it all the way to June. He's going to make it like. I mean, his conditioning has improved. I'll say that, but one man can. He's great. I just don't see him. Somebody else got to step up.
We'll see.
You still think you got the
Yeah,
Mavericks?
I got the Mavericks, man. I do. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see. And then you got Denver Nuggets doing their thing there at top, obviously. Yeah, I mean, we all like this. We like the conversation. Just, I want it on the court. Like, Shannon, you want to be a part of it. See, that's why I thought a lot of that stuff they were doing with him and Skip is fake, man. Because what are you doing? Why, Shannon? Why do you thought that? First of all, no one's gonna fight you, so I don't know why they even thought that was going to be a thing. Dylan Brooks is gonna fight you. Dylan Brooks would never touch you. Like,
No.
why did you? I think yes, you don't want to be someone say fuck you, of course, but you played the NFL. People fans say all type of thing, and you're a fan now. Why didn't you just say something back to him and then move on? I didn't understand why he decided to escalate it. I don't know.
I think he just likes. I think he likes the attention, and plus these guys got egos. These are all athletes. They got egos. They're usually the best at what they've been doing growing up. Now they're in NBA, so they still have that mentality. They're super competitive. They're ultra elite, right? And Shannon Sharp still thinks he can probably play in the NFL if you asked him, right? So I think you get this machismo energy going on, and it's in LA, the lights are on, you got your $3,000 cardigan, you got your gold chain, you're feeling good, right? Yeah. Dylan Brooks is on the court guarding LeBron, he's feeling good. He's in the NBA, he should feel good. A young man should feel good about himself. And you get the John going back and forth, the cameras are on, ESPN's calling a game or whatever. I think people get caught up in that, and Shannon Sharp, man, I don't know, like is he married? I feel like he's not. Does he have a wife? Like, what is he?
I don't think so. I know he was once with Eddie Murphy's ex-wife Nicole. She's a fine. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I feel like I remember.
But then he's bouncing around.
He needs a hobby or a girlfriend or something like that.
I think what you're saying. They want attention. They brings ratings to the Undisputed, and I don't know if it necessarily you can say it's orchestrated, but I think that's a little bit of what they're looking to do. I would say Shannon Sharp should take more responsibility than the guys on the court. The guys on the court are playing. Yes, they may be a little too emotional, but they're playing the game. You're paying to watch the game. It's two different things. And he should have been told not to be. He should have been kicked out. I mean, I don't see how, and it is unfair. And then you're trying to say we really care about the safety of the NBA players. I don't care who's on the court side. Once they bring that kind of energy into the game, he should not be there.
That's a good point.
Fine, it's LA. He's Shannon Sharp. All right, yeah, big deal. That's the reason why he was able to stay. Put him somewhere else. Hey, get some club seats. It's an owner box. Sit next to the damn owner. You're Shannon Sharp. I ain't like you're gonna say no. Like you can't be here because clearly. And then he was there at the very end, still being extra. Like it just. I just don't see how that makes sense. But you know what? Dylan Brooks may be right. Maybe it's LA. And that's just how they roll over there.
I mean, LA. I've never been to LA. You hear the LA things about sports games and events. Like everybody shows up late. They're not even there for the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's like an event, but it's not like a sporting event like in New York or Philly or Chicago.
Yeah, because we hate our lives. You see, if you're in LA or Miami, if you're in Miami, Pedro, do you give a shit about the heat when the beach is right there?
Nah, those games are like events. It's a place you go to like have a good time, and you don't even need to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different. You
see the girls walking about. Do you care about if you're in LA? Do you give a damn about the damn Chargers? Like it just. But when you're in the Northeast and you hate your life, it's 20 below.
It's the
weather, you have nothing going on. You're looking at your old lady. You can't stand her face. You can't stand the kids. Everyone looks ugly. The sports is all we have. That's why you think about like the Buffalo Bills. What else does the Buffalo have? Do you know? Like it's cold.
Nothing. I don't know what they have, but I know they do. Bills Mafia goes hard for those Bills, man.
Because they have nothing. Hard. They're nice. They have nothing else. It's they get a lot of snow. They get 10 feet of snow every day. They have to watch something or they'll go crazy. So it's different. Like. That's why I don't know why they keep putting more teams in LA. It's
money. It's a big market. It's money. Like it's that's why a lot of companies build these stadiums or whatever. You got the naming rights. The companies buy the suites. You got this. it's money. That's why that's why they do it. You can only have so many teams in a Green Bay or a St. Louis or
I think
Kansas City. Those are small markets.
But those markets are passionate and they need jobs. They
Sure,
need Oklahoma City. Great place, right? They took that Thunder team and they realized, well, this actually is a market here. Compared to and I think Seattle still should get another team. But I think some of these smaller markets guys see how passionate college football is, and some of these other smaller markets. I think it just makes sense. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's all about New York and LA. But Hector said, LeBron controls the Lakers. So I bet he told security. I bet you.
That's my uncle
LeBron,
over there.
Listen, I bet you LeBron had to say a word. They're not kicking him out. I'm sure and I realized this too about Shannon Sharp. He is the mouthpiece for some of these athletes, basketball and football. So I think he represents LeBron. So when Shannon goes and he's little theories about who he's mad at or what's going on, who needs to step up, LeBron is talking to him. LeBron is telling him, yeah, I don't appreciate this team. They need to make some moves now. And then Shannon does this whole diatribe on the show. And I think he's doing it for Lamar Jackson. Because he used to be on the Ravens. I'm sure LeBron. I'm sure Lamar respects Shannon. They probably still communicate. And it shows how far we came through in terms of sports media, being unbiased, being a reporter, kind of not being friends with the people you're covering, but keeping a distance so you can be critical. You don't have to. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not the same how they report and criticize athletes. So that Shannon goes real hard on everybody else, but he don't really go hard on LeBron. And then Skip goes hard on LeBron.
Yeah. Well, that's, when you have relationships with people, you're going to defend them naturally as a human being. You know what I'm saying? If you got a relationship with somebody versus just being an outsider and maybe respecting their game or their craft. But if you got a relationship, like LeBron's got Shannon's number and Shannon's got LeBron's number. We can guarantee that, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm not surprised by it, but also Shannon Sharp. I mean, I think these guys in entertainment and their media personalities, they have to almost decide, okay, who am I going to follow? Who am I going to stick my name? Who am I going to attach my name to? How can I continue to grow my career? LeBron's one of the biggest athletes in the world, right?
Yes.
So, some people do it with Tom Brady. Some people do it with this person, right? And it's normal, right? People did it with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all the greats, right? So it makes sense in some regard, but it's weird though because he's so about LeBron. It's over the top sometimes. But that is Shannon Sharp. That's his personality. So it's almost like I'm not that surprised by it.
Yeah, that's what part is not entertaining. It's this is getting you becoming a cartoon character because I know that he probably doesn't believe or agree with everything LeBron does on the court.
He can't. He shouldn't.
He shouldn't, right? LeBron shouldn't be launching as many 3-pointers as he should. Why is he throwing as many 3-pointers when he could drive to the basket? Why is he doing that? That's a problem. Those 3-pointers, missed 3-pointers are basically points for the team. So it's why, but I understand the whole, that's why I'm not 100% all fine with everyone shooting 3-pointers. Stephen Curry, he hit a half court the other day. Everyone thinks they can shoot 3-pointers, and they can't. They can't. I mean, I'm looking at the stats. They can't. But then the analytics say, just launch them because you're gonna wind up winning anyway. Or it's a better chance.
Well, you're gonna get more. You're gonna get more possessions and stuff usually. Yeah. Right. So.
And that's the downfall of the NBA. Damn it. Even though I am feeling I love an NBA. I mean,
so you like the 80s and 90s basketball a little bit better than the new stuff.
Yes,
when I was more physical in the paint. You want to see Patrick Ewing getting fouled, sweating on the foul line.
Yes,
you want to see 100%.
I want to see Dennis Rodman colliding into. I want to see real fights, not this bullshit that's happening right now. Real Charles Oakley about to kill somebody. That's what I kind of Antonio Davis about to wring someone's neck. That kind of NBA. But why would they change it? The NBA is as popular as it's going to be. They're trying to expand overseas. But
I mean, they're not trying. They have expanded overseas. And they started that 30 years ago. Well, basically in 1992, when the Dream Team in Barcelona, when that all happened, that's when it really started taking off, right? Yeah. And I mean, some of the best players, and if you do a top 10 of the best players in the NBA, half the dudes are not born in this country. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was going to happen a little faster than it did, because they were saying that when Ginobili and Dirk was like, oh, it's going to take the whole, it's going to be an international takeover, and it hasn't done that yet. But you still got the guys. You got Joker, you got Luka, just Victor Wembanyama,
Giannis,
and
Joel Embiid.
And most of these other two, they didn't start playing basketball until like, I don't know, 20 or some shit, and they were able to dominate. But so I think Hector asked this question. You already answered it in the chat, but he asked, do you think Shannon Sharpe is knowledgeable about sports in general? You said you didn't. You talk about
overall, do I think he's knowledgeable about the game and football? Clearly, because he played football, so obviously he's going to know X and O. But overall sports, I think this was a question. Do you think?
Yeah.
Not really. I think Shannon Sharpe is good because he's got a great personality. He's great on TV. He's opinionated, and that's where that comes from. Do I think he's really knowledgeable about basketball and baseball? They don't even talk about baseball and hockey and sports in general. I do not.
No, they don't. And I think that's smart for them. Don't talk about stuff you guys are not watching. I'm sure they're not watching baseball. And that's why I started to realize how ESPN wasn't really about sports. And I know that they're Fox Sports, but a lot of the big opinionated shows, I'm thinking, man, they're not talking about any other sport unless it's something noteworthy. Like something has to be happening for them to care. Yeah. And I think Skip knows a little bit more because he's a sports writer, but then he became a character. He stopped becoming a writer and became, I'm gonna say, a most outrageous thing, be disrespectful. And Shannon, I don't know, I think them being together, Shannon's kind of picking up some of their nonsense, and we'll see what happens. I know we talked about it before. Do you think Shannon and Skip will continue the show?
I
don't know.
Who knows?
I think Shannon may think he's the shit. He's like, I could do this on my own.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can. So
I think he could run, and obviously he has a podcast or whatever he's got going on. I think he could do that. But will it push the needle like the show he has with Skip, or go up against First Take on his own? No, I don't think he.
No, he's not Stephen A. And I know Stephen A is super annoying. Apparently, Stephen A got in trouble for saying Rihanna ain't all that.
When did that happen?
Oh, that's happened. Let me see if I look it up. Yeah, he legit apologized. He knew he effed up. Let me see if I can find it.
She's doing the Super Bowl halftime show. I'll definitely watch some of that.
So that happened, and then Stephen A was like, she ain't all that, which was a big mistake for anyone who follows the Rihanna army. They don't play around with that. So let me see if I can find exactly what he said. Stephen A. Smith apologized to Rihanna after the comments he made about the singer at an appearance. He was in a different show, the Sherry Show. I don't know what the Sherry Show is. But during the appearance on Sherry Shepherd, Smith was asked about Rihanna performing at the halftime show. While Smith praised Rihanna, he said, "She ain't Beyonce. I don't want to say I'm not excited. She's fantastic, but that's not where I'm going with this. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a lot of things. She's spectacular. Actually, congratulations on new mamahood. But there's one thing she's not. She ain't Beyonce." Ooh. So Rihanna fans started probably almost trying to kill this man, and he had to apologize. Rihanna fans is probably the same as Beyonce fans. They're crazy.
Well, that's an interesting take. I don't dislike Beyonce, but I'll give a hot take. I think she's a little overrated. And I if we're talking about talent and like everything involved, Beyonce's probably maybe a bigger star, I guess. But Rihanna, I think, is more talented. What do you say? What do you say? I don't know if I'm fumbling my words here.
I follow what you're saying. Women love Beyonce. Women love Beyonce and gay guys. And they also like Rihanna too, right? Mm-hmm. Rihanna, when she first came out, she was more of her island background. She's from Barbados. That's where I'm from. Or at least I'm half Asian. And she came in with really like stereotypical island artists. But then she was able to get into the pop and the hip hop kind of thing. And I mean, she went with Rock Nation, was probably a smart move.
Jay-Z signed her. So
blew up. And then really she became a fashion mogul. Like, she's a billionaire, and not from music. It's from all Fendi wear and
Fendi and I think she has some cosmetics, and then she's got the lingerie and like all that.
yeah. So she her lane is she's a mogul now. So she didn't put a lot of effort into music. I think Beyonce is a performer. Like that's her bread and butter. She wants to perform. I'm sure the shows are probably really good because she's dancing her ass off.
But who makes better music? Are you going to listen to a Rihanna song or a Beyonce song first?
Beyonce, probably Rihanna song first, but Beyonce has some decent songs. Hector said this is a Jordan LeBron.
but that's not a bad analogy because it's pretty. I think it's close in some ways.
They're both hugely successful women.
Yes.
I think Rihanna's going to do a fantastic job at the Super Bowl thing. But some people we try to overhype this thing. What happens in the Super Bowl halftime show? You go into the bathroom, or you're going to get some food, you're drinking, or you're smoking, you're talking, and then there's always a woman in the party. Let's trade in this year.
You know what though? Most of the halftime show is people will go to parties or watch the Super Bowl for the game, which is what I like to do. Some people do for the commercials. I usually check the commercials out the next day, like most regular human beings, right? You see the little loop reel.
It's all on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, right? Just wait the next day, right?
Yeah.
And then another portion of the people go for the halftime show. I think a lot of ladies watch for the halftime show, whether it's a female or male performer. I think a lot of dudes might, we're just kind of tinkering around, we're taking a bathroom break, we're going to smoke, we're grabbing a beer, we're getting some food, we're checking our bets online, right? And then we go back to the game. But I think the halftime show, I don't know, there's been some decent ones recently, and there's been some really bad ones. Yeah. I think Rihanna.
What's your favorite Super Bowl performance of all? Your favorite, if you remember.
I remember back in the day, the Michael Jackson one was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was phenomenal. I remember one that had who was it last year? Dr. Dre. I thought that was just okay. I thought that could have been way better. I thought it could have been better.
Mary J. Blige, I was a big fan. She is a thick woman.
She got thicker. She got thicker. What happened?
Listen. We gotta figure it out.
Didn't she have a wife now or something?
We'll figure it out, man. Big fan.
The Michael Jackson one sticks out to me. I thought Bruno Mars did good a few years ago. I was
going to say that the most recent really good one was Bruno. He performed his ass off. Yeah. Prince, I think Prince did one.
Prince did do one. Yeah.
Yeah. Jackson. That's I was like giggity. Yeah. Prince did his thing. Yeah. That was a Super Bowl party. That was Super Bowl.
Was that last year? That one was last year. Was it the year before? No, maybe that was
at least 2 3 years. Yeah, and then then Sharika did that thing with her tongue.
But listen,
it worked for me.
It's good for the eye candy, but as far as the music and shit, I'm good. That's not. I don't listen to jail.
Just listen to it on mute. But Bruno Mars. I mean, Bruno Mars he copies. He said he copied Michael Jackson. Yeah, that's how he started. He was a Michael Jackson impersonator when he did his thing. Bruno Mars is good. Yeah, Michael Jackson, Prince.
But listen, if Rihanna comes out in her Fenty lingerie, I'm
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Who cares a shit what she's saying?
Who cares? Yeah.
I mean, she's a woman that she just stays fine for her whole life. It's just people just have that ability, have the resources, have the special creams and lotions to keep them young. What?
Creams and lotions.
That's how they stay young, Pedro.
You're right.
Listen, when you make it, you so far you up there, you going there, right?
I will not be using creams and lotions.
When you become really rich and successful, they're going to present you with creams and lotions to keep your skin looking really.
Is it the Illuminati's going to knock on my door and say, "Here's your creams and lotions"? Is that what
yes. Well, you got to do some sacrifices first, but then the creams and lotions kind of come in.
I might.
But
I might. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I know yours Bills versus the Eagles, right? That's your
no. Chiefs. I got Chiefs Eagles. I could see Chiefs Niners, but I think Chiefs and Eagles. I'd like to see the Chiefs and Niners actually. I think that'll be a more enjoyable game, only because that'll be a rematch from a couple years ago, some good storylines. That's what I would like to see. I like the storyline of Brock Purdy, this Mr. Irrelevant. It'd be, that would be the most tantalizing for me. but I think it'll be Chiefs and Eagles if I had to bet.
Thank you, Giggity. Moisturizer is important. It was one time. So P. Diddy, and don't ask me why I remember this. Maybe that's something wrong with me. P. Diddy was a spokesman for Proactive. Do you remember Proactive?
Yes, I do.
So Proactive
it's like
was
the pimple cream,
the
like
pimple
popular.
cream.
Yeah.
And they were, Proactive had all this money. So they were throwing out all the types of celebrities to talk about the thing they probably weren't using because their celebrities don't need that. They can get the better stuff. And P. Diddy was talking about this cream, this Proactive, whatever, suite of, medication, whatever. And he says, Proactive moisturizes my situation and preserves my sexy. I quote, I'm not, he said that. If I could find him saying that, he said,
Listen,
what does that mean?
Well, I'm thinking about Rihanna and some Fenty, and then I'm thinking about moisturizer and something with my sexiness. So my brain is in a whole another field right now. So.
All right, we're gonna play this commercial. Let me see if he says in this commercial. Why did I remember that? I don't know. What's wrong with me?
I do remember something about P. Diddy and Proactive running because that was really big. They had like the Proactive things in the malls.
They had a lot of money to throw.
You could buy them in like the mall. They had like this like little like cage they were in. Like they put a lot of money behind that product.
Yeah, let me see if he says this ridiculous thing. Let me say,
John P. Diddy Combs.
Well, first of all, let me unmute this and then see.
Solution. What?
Been using Proactive Solution for years since his New York dermatologist recommended it.
During the time when I had an album out, I was more in the public eye, so I definitely had to take care of this problem. I couldn't have pimples all on my face. You feel me? And so my dermatologist told me about Proactive. I didn't want no bumps on my face. I'm gonna be straight up. That's why I started to use Proactive.
Created by two leading
he was talking on his ass.
Proactive Solution contains
God.
powerful medicines that work together as a system to deliver incredible
These
skin-clearing results.
Cringy,
I've
man.
been trying everything since I was 16 years old, and this is the only thing that's ever worked for me. It feels great to look
It's
good.
diet.
Proactive
That's all
can
it
make
is.
you look good.
Yeah,
It can
you're right.
help you feel good about yourself.
Proactive is ready to prove it by sending you a full 30-day kit.
Why in the
for
fuck is
low
everything
price of only
$19.99?
$19.95.
Everything is always
Proactive
under
combines
Psychology.
multiple
They think that's
medications
the one
with
you
soothing
would
spa-quality
order.
botanicals to create a powerful
All right, get to the point with the
acne-fighting system.
sexiness.
You can heal acne today and help prevent new breakouts tomorrow. Order now and receive 2 free gifts: the amazing refining
Like really
mask,
bad
plus
infomercials
the
at, like,
booklet
3 in the
Face the
morning.
Facts.
Yeah, right.
Like 2 weeks later, my skin had started to really smooth out and clear up. One of the things about Proactive is it moisturizes my situation, it preserves my sexy, and then I'm off to doing what I need to do.
Hold on, is that Vanessa Williams?
Yeah, Vanessa Williams.
Shout out to Vanessa Williams.
They were throwing out lots of money, but yeah. So if you want to preserve your situation, moisturize your situation, and preserve your sexy, try Proactive.
Do they even make? Is that a thing? Do they still sell it? I don't see the infomercials. Is that a thing still? I guess it is. I don't know.
That right now. But yeah, and apparently his current girlfriend is from the Rap City. Yeah, Proactive still there. You can still buy it for $30.16.
Oh,
inflation.
Yeah,
Inflation. Woo. So yeah, he's dating some rapper named Young Mommy. She said that she is interested in, or she likes when a man. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's towards the end of the show. If you guys have made this far, then you deserve to hear something gross. She says she's into men that provide golden showers.
Oh, how did I know you were going to say that?
Then on Twitter, P. Diddy was trending.
So a little R. Kelly action.
Well, you assume if they're dating that she have already presented this idea, and then how sick we are that we just assume that.
So hold on, is she giving the golden showers,
no,
or is she
wants
receiving?
It on her.
She wants to go. Okay, you never peed on a girl, Hannibal?
No.
Oh.
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose.
On accident. Have I ever peed on a woman on purpose? No. Have you? If you have, don't you have to worry about saying anything. So, or you want to bring it out? Let me know. What do you mean you don't know?
No topic.
Get giggity. I'm sure.
Giggity. Have you peed on a girl? Go ahead. Let's
Yeah.
comments. Have you pissed on a woman before?
Today?
Today? Yesterday?
Yeah. So yeah, she says, yeah, P. Diddy was trending. I was admitting to this It's all attention. I mean, maybe she's interested, but it's a little weird. I think it's the same person that said, I don't like drinking water. It's like
Young
weird.
Miami. Is she? What is she? What does she look like? Pull up what is she?
Look at she's part of a rap thing, City Girls. I don't know if you check out.
I
City
feel
Girls.
like I've heard City Girls before. Like I feel like I've heard the song. I know the name.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's definitely very attractive.
Yeah, very attractive. Her mom looks like they're the same age. It's weird. But yeah, so P. Diddy got like another like trending thing because yeah. Oh yeah, Giggity said not even by accident. So I don't know. But so I don't know. I'm sorry to end it on this thing.
Have we ever peed on? Listen, we never know where this show's going to go, guys. So
No.
Appreciate you for tuning in and listening.
Why do I remember the things I remember? I have no idea. And but enjoy the rest of the games, guys. On Monday we'll be recapping the next 2 games to see what's going on there, and I'm sure there's gonna be something else that we'll be talking about. So thank you for hanging out with us on this Saturday night. Be safe out there, and we'll see you guys on Monday.
See you.
Peace.